So how do you travel with 3 kids, baby? Tell us. Tell us how you drive.
Throw them out the window. Just kidding. How can we throw 2 of them out? No, it's very difficult. It's not easy, but it's not as hard as everybody thinks. Anyway.
But it became easier when we bought this.
Oh, for sure. I had the bathroom. But anyway, this video is about our winter trip. Kids were out of school for about 10 days or so, something like that. So the day after Christmas, we packed up the Rover, which is what we're in. I have another video on that. And we decided just to drive to wherever. We didn't have an itinerary, we didn't have a schedule.
But we knew we wanted to ski and
yeah, we wanted to ski. And we really like Pagosa Springs, so we were headed in that direction. So the first day we
went to Sipapo the first day.
Well, first day we stayed in a gas station, a parking lot somewhere, in blizzard conditions. Which is not bad. It stayed like 65 degrees in here with the little bitty furnace that we have. So, not complaining at all. And then the second day we got to Sipapo like at noon or something
Which
like
is
that.
in New Mexico.
Yeah.
A great place that was recommended
Great place
to
for
us.
kids, yeah. Because kids ski free. I mean, I think we didn't pay any money at that. We wouldn't ski, granted. It was on a bunny hill.
No, but I paid for my lift ticket, which was $40.
So we paid $40. Kids got on the bunny hills for free. We have our own equipment that we bought this year. We have one lift pass, a half-day lift pass for $40. So mommy taught the kids for the first hour, and then mommy and Connor went ski because he can really ski. They went ski, and I took the other 2 to the Rover, and then mommy came back at like 3 or so,
Yeah.
and then we swapped passes, and I went snowboarded for an hour and came back, which was perfect.
Yeah.
So we did Sipapo. Then from there
We backed up and we just wanted to come to Telluride.
Yeah,
we knew we wanted to come to Pagosa Springs.
Oh, we went to Taos. We went to Taos and stayed the night. The next night we stayed in the Rover Taos
because we really wanted to have wine, beer, and pizza from that place in Taos too.
Taos?
Isn't it place with the self-dispensing thing?
No, that's Pagosa Springs.
Ah.
So Taos we had at that place that wasn't very good.
The one that you thought it was.
Yeah.
The one that you thought was in a different city.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that place. Oh, Denovi or something like that. It's not. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Kids. They do pretty good in here. So after Taos, we slept at Taos. We didn't do anything in Taos. Right? We didn't do anything in Taos.
No,
I got up the next morning early and I drove to Pagosa Springs. We love that city. So in Pagosa Springs, we got there. We wanted to go tubing at this place, but they shut down as we were getting out, packing all of our stuff up. So we went to this hill they have in the city. That's for sledding.
Kind of overlooking the hot springs.
Yeah.
The hot spring resort for the Pagosa.
Yeah. It's a really cool place for kids. So there was probably like 20 or 30 people there all sledding. So we did that. Maybe more.
Yeah.
So we did that. And then we went and had a place at that mountain pizza or whatever that has your...
The mountain tap.
Yeah, you pour your own beer, pour your own wine kind of thing.
And the pizza is delicious.
Yeah,
and
their table selection is horrible. Like, we almost got into a fist fight with a guy because
he didn't believe that Douglas had a family.
Saving the table for 3 kids. So anyway,
it's
whatever.
like, you're lying. You are here by yourself. You don't have a family. Because I was waiting with the kids in the car.
And so at Pagosa Springs, we stayed at that Riverside campground that we stayed in like in the winter last year, then the summer this year.
It was
Yeah, they had like a foot of snow there, so we didn't plug up or anything. We just pull in, and nobody's there actually, so we didn't even pay for that night. We'll pay them again summertime. There's nobody there. We tried to pay, but there was nobody there. So we slept there in the RV once again. Not plugged up or anything. 10 degrees outside, no problems at all. And then.
But I think that's a good learning for us. Like we need to have like cash and an envelope, and then like put it inside their slip because like.
Yeah, so you were saying RV parks and stuff like that. I think it's pretty common.
Yeah, we didn't use any. Yeah,
it's pretty common for the people not to be there, or if it's late, they're asleep or something like that, and they have like those door drop envelopes.
We're still going through like a checklist of things that we must have, and when what we can live without, and what we have to have. And I think that's one of those things that we have to have in here. But anyway.
So from there, we went skiing the next day at Wolf Creek, which was epic, very epic. Kids, they have this tunnel that's covered with this what's it called, magic carpet ride? Yeah. So and you can kind of see the kids going down, so it's this big loop. So Connor and Audrey can go do their own thing while we were trying to teach Oliver, and still trying to teach Connor and not really Connor, but Audrey to do turns and stuff like that. And then from Pagosa Springs,
so I went skiing and then Wolf Creek. Skiing in Wolf when we decided, to start heading towards Telluride, right?
Yeah, so from Pagosa Springs.
Yeah,
that was on the weather. Let me go color. No, go color.
Hold on, we went to the Rango. We didn't go to the Rango to the...
That pause was to let the kids know it's nap o'clock. 2:30 or so. They don't have to take a nap, but
that's a lie. We make them take a nap every day.
They don't have to, but we try to take a nap. Yeah, they need a nap. That's the good word. They need it. So anyway, from Pagosa Spring, from Wolf Creek, we drove we drove to Durango. What did we do in Durango?
And we stayed in a hotel. I think that's the night that we decided to stay in a hotel, right?
We stayed in a hotel there because it was like the 4th day.
No,
we don't shower in here. We do everything else, but we don't shower in here. We could. It has a shower. We really haven't done that yet.
But it's winter and it's small and...
So we stayed in a hotel in
like a nice place for $80.
Yeah, $100 is our budget for a hotel. That's max budget, and basically that pays for showers, and that place had free breakfast. I mean, it was really good breakfast. Sausage, eggs, sausage gravy. It was really good. So, I mean, we probably would have spent $30 for breakfast at least.
How much would we spend at IHOP?
Yeah, I mean, comparison, we didn't get as much food, but still.
But it was free.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, free.
So that's how we view hotels. We stay there. We, let the kids out of the van for a little bit. We usually pick a place that has free breakfast, and they're usually under $100. So we're really spending about. I guess if you figure it, we usually pay $5 a person to shower at an RV park. So basically, the hotel's almost free for us. Actually, I mean, maybe we're spending $20. So from there, then we went to Telluride.
Well, I mean that day we kind of took it easy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We went to the playground in Durango.
Because we ended up not on purpose, but we ended up sledding, skiing.
Yeah.
And yes, sir. So then we drove to Telluride, got there around 2:30 or so.
And
went sledding there, which is another awesome. Oh man, we love that place.
We went to Telluride, We went to Telluride for the very first time. At least I did. I don't know if you have ever been.
Too.
But we went this summer, and we said to each other, we had to go back in the winter and check it out.
It just dead ends into this valley of huge mountains. It's so cool. And the gondola system they have is awesome. We went sledding there. Then we went and had dinner at this place called Baked, which is really good.
Where?
At Baked, at that pizza place.
Oh yes.
It was really good. And then we went to sleep on the streets of Telluride, which is a no-no. I was paranoid. I got up at 12:30. There was no other cars on the street, so I got up while they slept in the back, and I drove us to the mountain.
He was paranoid, but it was his idea.
It was my idea.
He's like, we'll sleep on this street. Nobody will know that we're sleeping here. I'm like, okay.
It's really hard.
And then he didn't sleep at all.
It's really hard to stealth camp in this thing, although we could do it, but it looks like an RV, and it's bright blue, so we don't really blend in. So I drove to Mountain Village. The guy there helped us out. Really nice guy there helped us out, parked us there. We slept there. Well, they slept there. Daddy didn't do much sleeping because Mommy decided to sleep sideways in the bed, which is the way she likes to sleep. But Daddy's too tall to fit that way. So my toes were pushed up against the side of the van, and it was -5 degrees. And I'm not kidding about it. It literally was -5 degrees outside. So my toes froze because the inside of the cab is warm, but if you touch the sides, like if you touch your window when you're driving, it's cold, but it's not cold when you're
He put his tongue out and he got stuck.
We made a movie of that. Stuck to the chair. And so we woke up yesterday at 7:30-ish, and it takes us an hour and a half to get going in this thing. We got to really work on that process. This is our first year skiing.
It's just that
we just got to be more efficient.
Anything winter. Anything winter.
Because you got to do one kid at a time. You can't, there's not enough space to just her dress one and me dress a kid. It's just you got to do one at a time, do things.
And it's winter stuff. There's layers, and then you put all your layers on, and then they all want to pee and poop, and they have to take off the layers again, and then you fed them breakfast, and now they're hungry. They want a snack because they spent an hour and a half wrestling with their layers, and one is hot and trying to put the boots on the other one, and this song, it's just like.
Time consuming.
It's fatiguing. Yeah, it's very fatiguing. Winter stuff is fatiguing, but the reward, right? The reward that you get. That's like the video that I was watching.
Hence the name, family equity. really about spending. I mean, we have money to stay at a hotel. It's not that we could do that, but the idea is for us 5 to make memories together. And a lot of you always hear the kids telling their friends and stuff about going somewhere in the Rover and skiing in the Rover and this and the Rover. So I mean, that's kind of the one of the main reasons for us to get this is to make more memories. Instead of flying up, skiing, renting a cabin, and coming back, we develop more stories out of this one. So, what we talking about? Also, we were in Telluride. Really love that place. Really cool. They gave me it's like $160 a day to ski there, which is crazy.
So expensive.
It might be 140, 150,
but
something like
I mean, but once you ski there,
it's worth it. Yeah.
You know what you're paying $160.
Yeah. And it was
because
New
that
Year's
place
Eve.
was like Vail galore.
Yeah, but
plus this town, Vail is just so tiny, right?
Yeah.
But like the whole Telluride summit and the connection with Mountain View, with Mountainside, and the gondolas and all that. The only thing is there's no nightlife, no night scene. Like there are bars and pizza places and pubs and whatever. But unlike like a Keystone or a Tahoe, like at night. There are bonfires everywhere, everybody's out drinking, and there's music.
A little younger too.
None of that here, which I was kind of disappointed. I was really looking forward to being like, okay, sun is down.
They have the atmosphere for it. They have the ice rink. They have all these outside bonfires. All the walkways are like veiled. I guess they're heated underground. There's no ice or snow on them, so they have the atmosphere. I guess it was New Year's Eve.
It was not New Year's. It was the 30th.
Oh, the 30th. So anyway, we woke up the day. We skied at Telluride.
Oh, no, it was New Year's Eve. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It was yesterday. Yeah.
Telluride, awesome place. Skied until almost 4 o'clock. Kids did really good. Underneath she almost killed herself, but she knows how to ski. And she dances a lot, so she has that ability. But she turns, but she forgets to turn the whole way. So all it does is just speed her up. So she goes. And so she's going so fast, I'm like maybe 50 yards behind her going, fall, Audrey, fall!
And I'm like, 50 feet in front of her, and I'm like, you need to stop! And I'm like, holding Oliver, because Oliver skis between my legs. And I had the ski poles to like keep him up, and that way I could be kind of upright. And I would look at her and be like, oh my God.
I was a little scared.
I'm glad that her skis were not very tight because she would have, like, you got it.
That wasn't benefit. It wasn't intentional. I just think I just did them wrong. But
I told you that the skis were a bit loose. So.
Yeah, that worked out well. But anyway, so she gets the award for big. Usually Dad gets the biggest award for the best crash, but she got it this year for sure. So that was Telluride, and then it was New Year's Eve. She had booked a hotel in Uray because it was New Year's Eve. Wanted to just kind of hang out somewhere. So we got there. It's only like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from Telluride. Actually, it's like 9 miles, but it's like 2 hours because you have to drive around the mountain pass to get there. So we got there. We went and had Thai food at what's the name of the place? Something Thai. It's right on the corner somewhere. Excellent food. Totally recommend that place. Super good. The people were really.
Daddy got on the sleeping monster. Got him on a headlock. Like gave him 3 glasses of wine, and he passed out. I told him.
Let me rewind this a little bit to the point that I didn't sleep at all the night before when y'all did, and then I skied the whole next day. Carried a 6-year-old down halfway down the mountain. And Daddy's old. That's the side point here. Daddy.
I've heard that since we started dating.
It doesn't change. Yeah. I'll always be 9 years older than you. I'll always be that. Oh, man. I always have to remind you. Check my blood pressure. And so that was yesterday. We stayed. Daddy to go to bed. Like when we got there, I was exhausted. I crashed. They stayed up. It's really my fault. They have apparently an epic fireworks show because, like I said, it's in a valley. And what did they say? The fireworks
light up the mountain.
So instead of just normal, because the fireworks shoot up and there's still earth above them because they're so high. So apparently they just kind of light up the whole valley. So I didn't see that obviously because I was sleeping with Mommy and Dad. Mommy and the kids stayed up to New Year.
We sort of saw the fireworks from our balcony. We had a balcony facing the San Juan River, and but like the building next to us was covering part of the light show. So we didn't get that VIP view that everyone talked about this morning during breakfast. Like everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Oh, yeah. And it's really cool because like there, there are hot springs. So the hot spring.
That right, but anyway. It's the Switzerland of
Right.
America, right?
Hooray.
O-U-R-A-Y.
All right.
Basically, I think it's Jeep City. We also own a Jeep, which my brother-in-law is really into Jeeps. So we might have to come back and bring the Jeep to that. Oh, it's so awesome.
But anyway, yeah, like everybody was talking about like how magnificent they were, and we heard the guy at the hotel told us that it's really cool that you can actually get to bring in the New Year in the hot springs. So you buy a $50 pass per person, you bring your beverages or whatever, you go to the hot springs, and they have restrooms and obviously the natural pools and all the things, and people bring in the New Year there. So you're like literally in the water and you see all the fireworks directly from
it's a
there.
huge hot spring. It's huge. Like 2 Olympic-sized pools kind of hot spring.
Beautiful. So worth it. And there's no smell.
Yeah.
Like
oh,
it does.
really?
It, well, I mean,
sulfur? I couldn't smell sulfur.
I mean, like every hot spring that we go to, it smells like Rondettes.
And so that was last night. Once again, the hotel was $100 on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Free breakfast, good breakfast, and man, the real cool thing about doing that kind of stuff, instead of staying at a Hilton or whatever, is like she talked to the owner there for like 30 or 45 minutes afterwards. So we get tips on next time and just get to meet some really cool people. That's kind of what we really try to do. We probably should do more of it. Try to meet more people. Like when we do in the summer times at RV parks and stuff like that. Oh, we meet a lot of different people, and that's really one of the perks about traveling in a camper van. It's not an RV, this is a camper van. Like we park at Starbucks, we park at Chick-fil-A. So it'll fit in a regular spot, kind of tight with the hitch we have on back now for the skis and everything. It's kind of long, but this is not really an RV. It's basically a camper van. It's a Airstream 144 extended lounge. But we can show you the inside some other time. And so that was last night. Got up this morning, had breakfast. Stopped, cleaned up the Rover a little bit, did a pit stop at Walmart to get some water and stuff, and now we're headed home. We're 11 hours from home. So that's the other benefit of this thing. I mean, I drive probably 2/3 of the time, and Kanye drives 1/3. More? You drive more than that, you think? Or I drive more? I like to drive, so I drive most of the time, and she's doing a lot of stuff with the kids, making quesadillas. Whatever. Hey kids, who drives the most, mommy or daddy? Thank you. You hear that? I hope you heard that. They both said that. So we're 12 hours from home. She can drive for a little bit. If I get the nap time in,
my issue is that I have to use the bathroom so often. Yeah. That's my biggest issue. Is that I have to always be.
Another benefit of this, so the that seat suits way back, and any police officers are watching this. We just close your ears because she'll unbuckle the seatbelt, and I will step in front of her.
Don't talk about that stuff.
Baby, this is how we do things. This is how we make time on the travel.
Happy New Year's.
Anyway, so we're 12 hours from home. She'll drive a little bit. I can take a nap. The kids. One of the kids takes a nap right now. And then we swap places, or if you want to, we'll just because once we get back to Texas, which is one thing I do like about Texas that we don't see anywhere else very much, is rest stops. You see a lot of rest stops in Texas that are well lit. Some of them are even not guarded, but have a security patrol every once in a while, so we can pull in there and sleep easily. But we don't see a lot of that out here.
But in New Mexico, I've seen quite a few.
We've seen a couple, but not nowhere
but
like Texas.
Yeah,
exactly. But unfortunately, the downfall of Texas is nothing else to see. So we basically, once we get out of Colorado, New Mexico, is just try to get home as fast as we can. Although one time we go through Lubbock, it was not too bad.
That normally doesn't look this much, but I would say
I don't get a chance because some of this.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yes. No, what I was going to say is that if anyone, I think that one of our biggest challenges during like winter camping and why I am not fully open to being another 2 days in it is because our pipes freeze and our tanks have frozen. This is the second year. Again, we just got this a year and a half ago. Not even a year ago. Not even a year and a half ago. And so we have to really master the.
So the problem is everything is exposed underneath. So we did last year. Everything froze up. It was. And
everyone, every blog that I've read is like, you have to put a heater. I'm like, we're on the road every day, like.
So this year, this year I upgraded the system. I put it 3-inch PVC pipe. I insulated it with pipe insulation. But I mean, it was like I said, it was -5 degrees. Any pipe with any type of fluid in it. I was kind kind of hoping that the 3-inch thick wall pipe would do that, but it's still working out. And the valve that opens it is actually what's frozen right now. So we're actually driving with a full black tank right now, which is not bad.
But luckily, it doesn't smell in here at all.
And that's what people don't get. The worst case scenario, guess what? We'll stop at a gas station and use the bathroom. It's not like you're people that think we live in here, that we have to sleep in here, we have to be in here. No, it just gives us the freedom to do those things. It's not like we have to save money on
like restaurants.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you know, like you said, he didn't sleep the other night, so we got a hotel, and then we make sure that everyone gets a really good sleep in a big bed. He doesn't have to pop the tent open, especially when it's like minus 6 degrees outside. So
yeah, I mean, we usually don't in the summertime. We don't have a sleeping problem because there's a right up here. There's access to a rooftop tent, so me and one of the kids will sleep up there, and so there's plenty of room. Mommy and the other 2 kids can sleep on the king size bed back there. But in the wintertime, I was going to actually try to sleep up there one night.
But this winter we got a cot that fits in the hall.
Like a child cot, yeah.
It's tiny, like fits Adriana perfectly. So our 6-year-old fits there, and our 4-year-old fits there. And then Douglas put together like a container unit that
build a storage in the bag that has a bunk bed on top. Well, I didn't build a bunk bed. The kids officially named the bunk bed this trip. So speaking of the bunk bed, they want to get up there right now. So he bought a full mattress okay?
But one of the things that our kids love sleeping with us, and we have not
sleeping with mommy.
We have not.
It's true.
We cannot say no. That's our problem. We cannot say no. We have the cot. We have the bunk bed. So the other night I slept on the bunk bed because I was like, I need a little bit of space.
Bunk bed with triple layered memory foam. Because
and I slept so good. Like I had no backache, no neck ache that day. I woke up and I was like fresh, like a lettuce. Yeah. And then the next day, like I woke up with that neck ache. I'm like, oh man. But I think actually that was from the sledding, now that I think about it. Man, the sledding in Telluride was amazing.
I don't know. I might tie to Adriana for worst crash. My sledding, mommy, I was done sledding. Mommy, go down this one last time. Let's go do this one. Okay. So I'm the last one, and I get going so fast, and something happens in my and I turn around backwards, and I literally do a flip.
You did a flip, just one flip.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But still.
And I don't do those, or I have vertigo, some kind of inner ear thing. I don't know what it is, but doing flips like that really fast really messes me up. I guess I did it so fast it didn't mess me up this time. Anyway, so we're 12 hours from home. I totally recommend, going that little area. Like Sipapo's nice, Sipapo. But that Telluride, Pagosa Springs is a great
really
time
cool.
to spend.
Like, we are in North DFW, so from where we are at,
13 hours.
Getting to New Mexico was less than that.
Yeah, we got there the same day. We left at like 7 p.m.
So, like, it was a really good, and we left on the 26th, and we left late.
Yeah.
Late, we left the house.
I think it's like maybe 8 hours or something.
I don't know. We left late. Like, we left like at 3 or 4 that afternoon. No, like 5 actually that afternoon.
Even later than that.
So, and then, and today is January 1st, so we did all that in a week.
Yeah.
So, and we're not exhausted. We're not, we've done a lot of things outside, outdoors. So, today will be the day that we'll be back in the car. We're kind of in a rush to get home. Yeah. Due to other reasons.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But anyway, but also because of our dogs.
Come look at this. Oops. All right.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.